Hello, what's up? Alright, so we are going to stream, we are going to fly. For a couple of months we have been streaming or flying in US, America. We're not going to do that anymore, we have completed that travel, we have gone from the west coast to the east coast. We are done with America, no more America. Instead, I had to hop on a little boat in Washington. And this little boat, it wasn't like a big ferry or anything like that. It was like a really small boat with like a really bearded captain. Arr. And we went to Ireland, to Shannon actually, a small town on the west coast of Ireland. And this captain, he was telling like all those kind of like fancy tales, or yeah. He told me once that he used to go down in the Caribbean and going back and forth with his ships and basically being pirate. And one time a giant shark tore his boat into two pieces, and he was down in the water. He was fighting to survive, and suddenly he was saved by mermaids who let him ride on dolphins to safety. We're not going to talk much more about that. But his beard was a little bit more, let's say, bigger than mine. I actually trimmed my beard today. And as we are going to Ireland, I make sure to use beard tonic from Ireland, by the way. So it's actually nice handcrafted beard tonic with like tones of pine, cinnamon, and so on. Really, really nice. I have been like, I did it a couple of hours ago, and I've been sitting and like smelling on my own beard. Usually it kind of smells like old food and stuff, but now it's really tasty. It's like yeah, nice, really. All right, so Ireland. Yeah, you know that place next to England. I can zoom out a little bit. Here you see England, Ireland. So this is the way we are going to fly from Shannon, a small town on the west coast, to Dublin. But we are not going to do this like boring, straight 28-minute ferry flight. No. We are going to explore Southern Ireland, and we are going to pass, among other places, we are going to start by passing... we are going to start flying south and past Blarney Castle, which is down here. And then we're going to head a little bit east, northeast to be exact, and we are going to pass Rock of Cashel. And then we are going to go down, all the way down to Waterford, which is down here somewhere. And then we're going to follow the river, the Barrow River up north. And we are going to pass the very new Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Bridge. Quite a hard name, if I say so. But yeah, we're going to look at that bridge. It was finalized last year, actually. So really new. Probably the newest thing in all this, because I mean we're going to pass castles and ruins and a new bridge. Yeah. And then we're going to head north up to Dublin, where we're going to pass Dublin Castle in the middle of like Dublin, and finally land in Dublin International, EIDW. This flight should take around 1 hour or something, perhaps a little bit more, I don't know. We are going to do it a little bit tricky, as I've shown here. I mean, the actual GPS is set for directly from Shannon to Dublin. We're not going to do that. So we are going to try and find N20 south towards Cork, which is near Blarney Castle. And then we are going to, yeah, so on and so forth. You get it. We can take it a little bit more when we start, actually. So let's hop into the airplane. If you didn't see it, there were some clouds on the sky, but it looked pretty good. It's not like those dark, rainy clouds. It should be like quite bright, like healthy portion of clouds to make the trip a little bit more exciting and beautiful. That's at least what I'm hoping for. We are at Shannon Airport, and it's a little bit special because this airport has only runways. There are no gates, no parking spaces on this airport. I don't know why. So it's actually not my fault for starting at the runway directly. Usually I don't do that. Yeah, we are cleared for takeoff, so that's fine. We'll do it. I'm just going to, let's see, heading, and I'm going to turn on some, let's see, on, I want the, yeah, we don't need to light back there, that's fine, but I want the, I want panel lights. Yes, please. So we can actually see something. Okay, that should be good. The flaps looks good. Let's see. There we go. Barometric pressures looks better. Let's push the heading. So we are going to start now, and then we're going to turn to about 180 degrees, which is south, if you didn't know. And we are going to try and find. We are going to try and find the N20. That's the first goal. Yeah, let's go. And I have no clue of the wind because I didn't bother to put that in. That's a decent takeoff.
Shannon Towers at Hawk 856-112 continue for east departure.
East departure? What the? Okay, we'll do. Oh yeah, of course. That's me being silly. Didn't realize. Oh well. Right. So welcome to Ireland. Land of beer, great nature, great hills. Green Island, basically. So it isn't really like... I'm going to cheat a little bit, so I'm going to go south already. Yeah, on the left you... Oh, no, you can't actually, because I'm... okay.
Shannon Towers at Hawk 856-112 frequency change.
Back there, you can see Shannon, the town. It's a quite small town, and it's actually a new town as well. Which I didn't know that before, but the town of Shannon is really new. It was built in like the 1960 something. Was it? Yeah, 1960, and it got the town status about 40 years ago. So it's quite recent, I would say. Yeah. Alright, so can we find... Let me turn the airplane down a little bit. There we go. So, can we find the N20? It should be somewhere here. Is that a river or is that the N20? Well, we are going to just head south anyway. So yeah, this is river, it's not a road. I have to say, on Google Maps the road looked quite big. Here in like real life, not so much. That's fine, we'll make it. Let's synchronize the heading, and we'll go for heading. And I think yeah, that's fine. About there we go. Let's have the flight director as well, and we should, yeah, we go for heading, yeah. Let's adjust the heading just a little bit, so we have 190 degrees. 190? 180? I said 180 degrees, didn't I? Yeah, of course I did. 180 degrees, not 90. There we go. Just trying to confuse you all. I think we can decrease the altitude a little bit as well. I don't think we need to be quite this high. Let's go with vertical speed. There we go. It's an island. It's a special. It's a special island. It's not easy to grow. I mean, it's not easy to have like a history so close to Great Britain and England, and that has been like when I grew up. It was always kind of, especially in Northern Ireland, it was a bit of a conflict zone, and we were told the Irish island was great place, like if you look like nature and such, really beautiful, but yeah, it was not recommended to go there because of the conflicts and so on for independence. And it's been that for like forever. And we are going to come across it a little bit when we talk about the different castles and ruins and stuff that we encounter on our journey. Beautiful. That's just a little bit of sun fighting his way through the clouds. Yes, I don't know much about that big road, what they said. Can't really see it. Alright, need to go up to the plane again. That's beautiful, I have to say. So far, I don't know if it's just like the nature around here, but so far I think this, even if America is updated as well, I mean America was updated I think last year sometime, and around December, Christmas or something, I think it was, when Ireland and Great Britain was updated, or yeah, United Kingdom, that's it. But I think this looks better. Does that make sense? I mean, look at the like nature and stuff. You can actually see like trees, and the rivers looks okay. It's not like they got these shifts of height and stuff. It looks good. Maybe it's just me now, delirious. All right, so I'm not really sure. Maybe we should actually have a look at that, but I don't know. I think that the EICK down here, that could be Cork. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not. I'm actually going to check that out. EICK, I think it was. Yeah, that's Cork Airport. So we are on the right way. That's good to know. So we will get there. We will get to Cork. And basically, next to Cork, the town of Cork, just I think north of this town of Cork, there we can find the Blarney Castle, which is a real old castle actually. It's a little bit like Valheim. So it started off as a timber house, much like, as I said, Valheim, and I think that was way before 1200, and there are no like traces left of that house that anyone have found, but it's like commonly respected and proved that the house is that old. Anyway, 1200 something, they rebuilt it as a stone fortification, and since then it's been rebuilt on and so forth, and it's actually a beautiful castle still being there basically today. Then of course there's the Blarney house, which is actually where someone is living, but yeah. By the way, Blarney Castle is also known for the Stone of Blarney, and this is kind of a strange tradition. I don't know who came up with the idea, but still, what you do is actually that you can pay money as a tourist, and you can be dropped like upside down, and you can kiss the Stone of Blarney, and that is supposed to be good for you. I think that sounds like a great idea now at the COVID situation. Speaking of which, and of course that's not exactly that funny, of course, but when I checked out Ireland a little bit at Google Maps now, basically everything that I like, the castle, basically everything is shut down at the moment. It looked like that, at least according to the Google Maps, and Google knows everything. Everyone knows that, everything. Anyway, in the like castle, there has a really great garden as well. There's a special poison garden, which I think is really funny actually. So you can imagine what they did with that. but there is a special poison garden with like a warning sign and stuff. So don't eat anything if you go in the garden there. Probably not healthy for you. Now look at that, the sun got through. Isn't that beautiful? I think we are going to just switch to the... yeah, look at that. That's really beautiful. That's a view that really wants you to like start fly for real in real life. How about if we do a little bit like this, perhaps? Yeah. I mean, look at the nature. It's so beautiful. You see, like every tree has around like catching the sun, showing a shadow. I didn't see it in America. I mean, no. America was not this pretty. Simple as that. Then of course maybe it's because my computer can't handle going through Washington with all those houses and stuff, but yeah, still, this is more beautiful. Really like it. So let's see, where are we on the map? And we are almost there. I actually wonder if the castle isn't on this side of the river. Could be on this side? Can't actually see it here. I have to check. We don't want to miss it. Where is the river even? I think the entire town is on this side. Alright, I got it, I got it. Let's disengage the autopilot for a while. And might actually turn down our speed as well. So this is the river, something river. I don't know what river it is. Didn't check that out. Anyway, basically, you see it narrows down here. So basically, we could just follow the river and we'll get to the town of Cork. And then just north of the town, when we get there, yeah, that's the town in front of us. That gotta be the town of Cork for sure. Exactly, and there we have the castle. And look at that, that's actually beautiful. So much more details than in the US. We are losing altitude quite rapidly. But I mean, look at that. Hello, Townsies. This is definitely some place I want to go in real life. I mean, just look at the nature. Really beautiful. Yeah, we're going to turn north a little bit. And we will actually pass the castle. But I mean, just look at it. It's so pretty. I'm going to deploy flaps, actually, I think. Just to break down a little bit.
Landing gear.
I'm doing 180.
Landing gear.
Is the speedometer broken? So here we have the Blarney Castle. That's probably the Blarney house that you see first, but I mean... Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. Oh. And there's this little town that I have no clue what it is. Or actually maybe it's the actual Blarney, like town of Blarney. Yeah, this got to be the N20 that I was thinking of following, which I kind of didn't at all. Yeah, so no flaps anymore. Alright, now we're going to continue, and I'm going to bring my paper was we are heading somewhere. There are fingerprints on my screen. Can you see that? There are fingerprints. What details? Nice. Good job, Microsoft. Alright. So let's just synchronize the heading and turn on the autopilot again. There we go. Synchronize the heading again. There we go. So now we should head northeast, which should be about 40 something degrees, I estimated. Not very thorough, Whoa. And let's zoom out a little bit. So we are going somewhere like... Yeah, there should be like this big road M8 which we could follow somewhere around here perhaps. And we should follow it for like up there somewhere. As you know, flying is a very precise thing. But on the other hand, we can just enjoy the nature as well. That's really beautiful. So now we are heading to the Rock of Chasel. And Rock of Chasel is it's not an actual castle anymore. It's more of a ruin, and there are like a cathedral and stuff. So it's also called Cashel of the Kings, and it's called St. Patrick's Rock. And that's because rumor says that St. Patrick banished Satan from a what's it called? St. Patrick banished Satan from a cavern that was called Devil's Bit. That is quite close to the Rock of Chasel. There's actually a monument at Devil's Bit, but I don't. As far as I got, the Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't have that monument. That's a bit of a shame, actually. But I guess you can't get everything. We get a lot. We get a lot of beautiful things. Look at this. I'm actually going to. I'm not sure if I have to do it, but I'm going to slightly increase my altitude a little bit, and can I? Where is that? That should show somewhere. Oh, okay, let's go with the vertical speed. Or yeah, there. Am I a little bit blind here? Oh well. Yeah, so as usual, I mean, it's really beautiful here. I totally love it. The sun is going down behind us. Right. So the Rock of Cashel, it was inhabited for a long time by different kings, dukes, whatever, and then it was actually gifted to the church. And it lasted for quite a long time anyway, but in the 1650 something, there was like this Irish Confederate wars, and at that time the English invaders pillaged everything and slaughtered the Irish troops at this in the cathedral and so on, and it didn't really recover from that. So later, in like 1700 something, some dude, priest, whatever it's called, removed the roof of the cathedral and let it be, so to say. And now it's a huge tourist attraction. think that looks like a road to the left of us, so I'm going to turn a little bit. So if my calculations like in my super brain is correct, then maybe it should be at that crossing. But it could also be that I'm totally off. So this is a bit exciting. This is actually more exciting than flying with a GPS line everywhere. Still beautiful. It's still very, very beautiful. And look at that river coming down the mountains. That's amazing. Yeah, that's definitely a bigger road. We found one of the big roads on Ireland. Amazing. Maybe we can actually get where we want to go now, this time. We did get to there last time as well, but we didn't find the actual road. So, judging by the hills here, Devil's Pit should probably be like at the end of one of those, I guess. We're actually going to... Let's see. Yes, we're actually going to follow up here, around there. So it's a little bit further than what I kind of expected or thought. But yeah, we're going to turn it on and turn the autopilot on again. Didn't think of, when I planned the route, I didn't think of the sunset. I mean, it's really beautiful, of course. Look at it. But it might be that the sun goes down before we are finished with this route that I planned. That's fine. We'll make it work anyway. Yeah, look at that. Look at the houses. I mean, imagine living there. Must be like, of course, maybe not that close to the road, but otherwise, like in these different houses, it should be like really, like you have the nature so calm, so quiet. That's, yeah. Oh, wrong button. Sorry. I don't know if that's the thing anymore, but I remember when we were smaller, and it used to say that you could actually hire horses and you can go ride in the like Irish countryside. Maybe if you're not a horse person, that's not a good thing. But and I'm not exactly a horse person, but I enjoy riding for a while at least. Probably not as much as I enjoy flying though. Yeah, so the temperature is dropping for sure. Actually, I think we should have the airframe de-ice. Maybe not. Can do the prop de-ice. So this airplane is a little bit amazing in many ways. It's a very modern airplane. And it automatically switches off airframe de-ice if the if it's too hot, simply, if there are no ice. You don't have to worry about that. That's not a thing of the game, that's a real thing, by the way. Yeah, we found it. Rock of Chasel. In the village of Cashel, if I remember correctly. So as I said, this is not going to be a like complete castle anymore or anything. It's a ruin of castle and a cathedral, I think. Let me just hop up a little bit so we can see a little bit more. I'm going to pass it on the right side. We should be able to get a good, nice view. Oh, there you go. You have the... did you see the church? Maybe you missed the church. Yeah. Let me do a turnaround. Because I was going so close, we actually missed the church. I don't know if that's the actual cathedral or... I mean... Hopefully you saw the... Yeah, I mean, look at that. I'm in love with this game. Yeah, if you're feeling sick, make sure to use the bags in the back seat. Yeah, there you go, the Rock of Chasel. The actual castle itself. Can I zoom in a little bit, perhaps? Yeah. And where was the church? Yeah, there you go, there's the church. Beautiful. And there we have a park of wind turbines. That's nice. Alright, so next one we should go, let's see, we should go about 100 degrees, I think. Autopilot on. And let's... Is that so? Wonder... I think 120 is probably a better number. We want to head there. Alright, so now we are heading for the city of Waterford. And I had checked out the actual how to pronounce it before. I'm not sure if I do it perfectly, probably not, but Waterford. Which is another small place, and so we are going to Waterford, and then we are which is down here somewhere, and then we are going to follow the River Barrow River, up north, and just a bit north we are going to find the Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Bridge. See if we can. Make on the right side of that hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so right now the sun is settling and the landscape isn't that impressive anymore because there's less shadows and stuff, but still I think it's really like really impressive, I have to say. Yeah, Anyway, the Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Bridge. And Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, if you didn't know that, that was the mother of John F. Kennedy, which the United States president dude. And why would they call a bridge in Ireland after her? Well, that's because they are from Ireland from the beginning, or at least on the mother side, I suppose. I thought that we would have left all the Kennedy stuff like on the other place, like other side of the Atlantic, but well, I guess not. Even in Europe there's a lot of Kennedy stuff. This bridge was opened for like the public about a year ago in January 2020. It's really new actually, and I think there are already a lot of people are thinking that's a bit controversial with that name. Yeah, anyway, it is the longest bridge in Ireland, which I don't know if that says a whole lot. I have no clue of what bridges there are on the island, if they are like small, long, high, whatever. I have no clue. But and in a way I suppose they just wanted something modern to show in the game, not only like things, castle and stuff for 1400 like 500-600 years old, so maybe they want something newer. Anyway, by the looks of it, this bridge should actually be pretty awesome. I think most things that we are going to pass on this little bush trip or whatever you want to call it, most things are better suited to see when it's like daylight, like this one, like it's now. But the bridge, the Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Bridge, I think that might be actually something that we that could have been more interesting to see in the dark. Might be, but we'll see. And I'm also a bit curious because at the end of when we passed New York and Washington, all the bridges had like these dark shadows. It almost looked like the bridge has no room underneath. So I'm a little bit curious if that's the case here as well, or if that's another thing that's actually better in the Irish version. Mind you, there was an update today. There was, among other things, there was the world update for Western Europe, meaning France, Belgium, Netherlands. Think I missed someone there. Sorry about that. If I missed your country, I'm sorry. Mention it in chat. It wasn't my purpose to disrespect or something. Anyway. So it might be that actually they maybe improved something that makes this whole thing look better, because I think it's really looking awesome. And basically there are a whole lot of trees. There's not so much buildings, so but it doesn't really force the GPU that much, it seems. I'm not sure if that will be the case when you go to Paris as well, because let's just say when I still had the Flight Simulator X before Flight Simulator 2020 was released, I had the it wasn't very pretty, to be honest, if you went to Paris and such. And then you could buy like Orbex world updates that were huge and really detailed actually. Even in that game they were pretty good actually. The thing was though that they put extreme stress on the CPU, and that's of course one thing that I like with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, because it's a more modern game. The CPU is not stressed at that level. More of the rendering stuff is made by the GPU, the graphic card, which makes sense. That's totally how a modern game should do. It's not like you can't throw whatever CPU anyway. It's still a stressful thing for the CPU as well, but the main factor should be the GPU, the graphic card. So that's fine, but I'm just thinking that Paris, with that many buildings, and it's such a large city, and with all the level of details that I promised and so on, maybe I think it's going to be a handful for the computer for sure. Though it did actually manage. So far, it has managed New York, Washington, and Chicago, and San Francisco. By the way, they have handled these cities quite well. So maybe Paris is all right, but I'm a little bit worried. But let's not go like the events too far in advance. So I think we should turn left a little bit. Maybe 90 degrees. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is Waterford. Is it? It could be Waterford. I think it is. How about, yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Such beautiful. Alright, let's turn this around. Yeah, there we go. I mean, look at that river. That's really nice. Good looking river. Like that. Alright, so now we should turn left up the Barrow River. And I think we can do... What on earth are my airplane doing? Is it trying to crash? I mean, the heading knob is on 81 degrees. I think I'm going to disengage the autopilot now, because it's obviously trying to kill us. You did see that the autopilot completely disregarded the flight director also as well, didn't you? That's gotta be a bug. That got to be a bug. Strange. That's okay, we survived. Let's synchronize heading. What do the flight director say? The flight director still thinks it should fly. Yeah, now it's landing. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Didn't see that coming. There we have the bridge. Yeah, we're going to follow the river up north. It's planned. We're going to let it pass on the left side. Have patience, we are going to see it soon, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Longest bridge in Ireland. And the road is actually looking very, very weird next to it. I think that they you see the wind turbine park. So yeah, we're quite close to the Rock of Chasel as well. Okay, I'm going to turn the autopilot on again. Let's see if it tries to... Okay. Altimeter hold, please. I don't know what the deal is with the autopilot right now. It's literally trying to kill us. Okay. I'm going to disengage the autopilot again. Yeah, by the way, we are heading north now. We could... I think that we can basically just follow up north. Okay, let's see. Heading synchronized. Altimeter hold at 2300. The flight director looks alright. Let's turn on the autopilot. And it's... not turning. Low. Heading. Okay. Looks like we settled a bit. What if we turn this so we go 820 degrees? Should be a nice turn to the right. Yeah, looks much better. Okay, okay. I think the autopilot has come to a conclusion that it still wants us alive. Alright, so I'm going to go direct to... can we... no? Okay. Go back. Flight plan. Add... flight plan. Go direct to... I'm just going to cancel that one. Go back. So I should be able... if I click direct to here... there we go. If I click direct to here, I should be able to... cancel. Direct to... okay. So I need... strange. Anyway, that's the thing we're going to, so that it doesn't really matter. So we should go direct to and activate. And now we should see. There we go. That's perfect. That was exactly what I wanted. So now we can actually relax for just a moment if the autopilot doesn't decide to try to kill us again. And let's see, we have the GPS, we should switch to navigation system. There we go. So far it looks good. That's a shame. See, the sun is settling. Yeah. I haven't seen the sun settle in this game so far. I have seen the sun rise, which I have to say was really amazing actually in this game. When the sun was like climbing around the like up the horizon, and if you haven't seen it so far, you should really do that. Go out, fly, see the sunrise. Maybe we should do that for. Maybe we should do that for like some time. I have no idea why we are turning, but that's fine. I guess. So unfortunately, clouds are hiding the sun for a while. We can see if the sun comes through. We should be able to see it from this view as well. If the like beams get through here. I don't know why the plane is wobbling a little bit back and forth. Don't think it should. Anyway, so I'm going to just enable the wind. No data. Okay, that's strange. Could it be that the wind is that little? It could be, I guess. And as the sun is settling, I'm going to switch on the pulse. We shouldn't have that on, however. And we are going to turn on the cabin lights. There we go. Very pretty. Huh? Okay, that's also very strange. The cabin light shouldn't control this surface. It should be controlled by that one. Panel. Exactly. And we didn't change the panel lighting. So I don't know. Should we start list all the bugs that we see today? Nah. I mean, there are a lot of bugs in this game. Once you play it a bit, you will encounter a lot of them. But I think that's fine most of the time. There are like workarounds, and I'm not like okay, to be honest, I'd rather see a world update with like France, Belgium, Netherlands, and the poor country that I can't remember. I'd rather see an update of all those rather than the lighting working perfectly in the cabin in this particular airplane. Yeah. Probably not everyone is agreeing with me on that one, but yeah. That's how I see it anyway. What I would like to see though is the sunset. I would very much appreciate to see the sunset, but I'm not sure if we can actually get the sunbeams. Let's see. Right. Oh, yep. Right. There are a couple of yeah. So where did we have that? There we go. I'm just curious now. So dimmer access lights. Where is that? Sorry. Hello. I'm stuck in the camera mode. Seriously. Okay, enjoy the sunset so far, and I'm going to struggle with the camera soon. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay, so you turn on the drone camera. That's interesting. Yeah, look at that. Who could have thought the sun was that beautiful? Well, that's really beautiful, isn't it? So we might actually land before the sun sets. Okay, let's make this work. No, no, no. Okay. That was not weird. Not at all. I have no clue. Okay, I'm just happy that I can actually navigate something. CB light, I think that's the one that I was thinking of. Circuit breaker light. Yeah, see? CB light. I think it's pretty with that one on. It's fun that I have such details and then I totally managed to flop other things, but yeah. Let's see if we can navigate the drone camera a little bit. Yeah, so I'm still not used to like the drone camera and such, but I think it's so funny. Imagine living down there. Like in those houses. Yeah, it would be quite awesome. I mean, they have done so much effort with upgrading different cities and towns and stuff, but I still think that this view is kind of the perfect Microsoft Flight Simulator view. Doesn't get much better than this one. And we are about 4 minutes away from Dublin, so we can actually enjoy this view for a little bit longer. So maybe I don't know. I'm a little bit puzzled actually, because when I look at the phone, it says that the sun should have set about 30 minutes ago, and I have live weather, so it should handle that. And I have seen a sunrise in this game, so I would expect the sun to actually set accordingly, but maybe it doesn't. It doesn't seem like it. Oh well, it's still a beautiful sun to fly in, even if it's a little bit optimistic perhaps. I'm going to call the Dublin International. Wait a minute, what's this? Oh, we are this close already. Okay, never mind. Wasn't paying attention. Never happened before, had it. Yeah, so this is Dublin. Welcome to Dublin. So the thing that is pointed out is Dublin Castle, which is again it's not that like really super old castle, but it's not that new either. And up until 1920 something, it has pretty much always been the seat of the British government administration on Ireland. 1922, it was given back to the Irish as a like symbol of trust and all that stuff. It's right in the middle here, like thrown. Yeah, and that's probably why you can see it's the English that have made it. Can you see it down there? Would be totally impossible to see if you didn't know it was there. I mean, compared to all the other buildings that are here. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to break down a little bit, and we're going to do the heading and the altimeter and autopilot on. Heading, there we go. So I'm actually going to make a long right turn. We can really enjoy the half bank, please. No. Oh crap. Oh, it's no. The autopilot was trying to kill me. Half bank mode. Okay. No, never mind. Guess that's not what you would think it was. Yeah, it's a really pretty city. By the way, the Dublin Castle today, it's the seat of the Irish president and a lot of different like offices. Right, let's call the Dublin request full stop landing. Yes, please.
Dublin Towers, a Hawk 856112 tree is 8 miles south with Zulu to land.
The Hawk 856112 tree, Dublin Tower. Fly left traffic runway 16. Altimeter tree 0.48, wind 145 at 8.
Enter left downwind runway 16, Hawk 856112 tree.
So I'm going to bring us down manually, or that's the idea at least. So we are entering left traffic. Just going to correct the barometric pressure as well. 3048. There we go. Right, so we should basically pass the airport, let it pass on our left side, and then we should do a long turnaround, and yeah, you see the knob 160 degrees. So you're really going around the entire airport. I think I'm going to turn off the light director now. Yeah, so here we go with the airport. I'm a little bit looking at the map and not thinking that I zoomed in this much. So we're going on this runway, but from the other direction. So we're going to go around the entire airport. Long turnaround. Yes, I think this one is good. And I'm going to deploy one level of flaps. Look at the sun, that's so beautiful. As I said, it's a little bit optimistic. But hey, that's fine. We're just going to let the airport pass us a little bit.
Sahagate 56112 tree cleared to land runway 16. Wind 145 at 8.
Cleared to land runway 16 Sahagate 56112 tree.
Yeah, now we're going to go full flaps and we're going to deploy the landing gear. I usually like going full flaps before I deploy the landing gear, but this airplane does not. Obviously, so it starts complaining a whole lot. And then we're going to bring some throttle to make sure that we don't memory loss, can't remember what it's called. Stall. So right now, yeah. Yeah, it's an international airport, so we shouldn't be surprised about the ILS approach, but we're not using that, so that's fine. Look at the sun, it's really beautiful. I really like that. Let's see, we have landing gear down, we have full flaps, yes. Can't see the sun anymore. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Let's turn the attention on the runway. We should probably... we don't need it, but we're going to turn on the landing lights anyway. And we are a bit too high, but that's fine, because this is a small airplane. That's okay. And I don't want to go slower now. This is slow enough, I think. Yes, we are going to be a little bit long. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Sahagate 56112 tree, turn next taxiway.
Yes, we are turning.
Sahagate 56112 tree, contact ground on 121 decimal 8.
Going to 121 decimal 8 Sahagate 56112 tree.
Yeah, we're going to.
Dublin ground Sahagate 56112 tree, request taxi to parking.
Sahagate 56112 tree, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Mike 1 Lima Indian November Kilo 4 Papa 1 cross runway 34 Romeo.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Mike 1 Lima India November Kilo 4 Papa 1 cross runway 34 Romeo Sahagate 56112 tree.
All right, so I apologize. I didn't properly prepare myself, so I have to check on my phone now for the airport diagram, so we do the taxi thing correctly. That's fine. We should be able to stand here without making anyone angry at us. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. So they want us to go. Oh, come on. Give me a proper airport diagram now. Can I get a high resolution airport diagram, perhaps? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So they want us to take taxiway M1, link 4, P1, cross runway 34R, to the general aviation parking. Right, so the general aviation parking is, let me see. The general aviation parking is up here. Yeah, here. It's a little bit strange how they have drawn the map. I think that's a building, but that and the dark surface shouldn't be buildings, but let's see. And we should go there. Alright, let's go back a little bit so we can see where we are. So we are here right now. We should take the M1. Yeah, that's where we are. And link 4. Link 4 P1. Where is the P? Huh? But all right, so scratch that. Apparently we are not going over there. Wait, all right, so I have to check with another. Hi, Nickbot 200. If you can fly? Yeah, sure. Are you ready to fly soon? Okay, so basically what they say is that we should turn around, go cross, and over here, I guess. It's a little bit different what the map says, actually, so it's a bit weird. But we're doing it. You see, we go over link 4 and now we turn left to the P1. And we are now crossing 34R. Don't see any airplanes. You still there, Nick? Alright, so this is the general aviation. I suppose we going to the right. Interesting. My the diagrams are showing a little bit different. Ah, I forgot. Should have the landing taxi light. I mean. Perfect. Shutting down the engine with shortcut. There we go. That's it for today. That's the Irish flight